Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the Whitehorse Pike in Somerdale. You're watching Sterling High School Channel 19, serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Somerdale, and Stratford.
For the first time since 1971, Sterling is South Jersey champ.
Went on to become the New Jersey Tournament of Champions winner. South Jersey's never won it before. So the Sterling Lady Knights and that string sink. South Jersey is well represented now.
Sterling is going to the championship game.
Looks like he's fouled there. Put a desperation shot, and it goes
It's good! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sterling Silver Knights basketball. The Knights are taking on the Woodbury Thundering Herd today. The Knights at 4-7, taking on the Thundering Herd at 7-7, and I'm going to send it courtside to Connor Strauss and Dan Leakin for Knights Game Day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Knights Game Day. I'm your host, Connor Strauss, along with Dan Leakin. Dan, how are you feeling about this game tonight?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, Sterling, as Jake mentioned a couple of seconds ago, is 4-7 on the season. The three most recent losses have been Lindenwold, Gloucester, and Clearview, and their wins have come against West Deptford, Paulsboro, Williamstown, and Haddon Township. So they're looking for a big rebound game. They've had a few losses in a row. But one of the people to look out for is Josh Borsch, who is averaging 5 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, and is one of the main Knights you'll see in the paint trying to grab those rebounds. Another player to look out for is Julian Johnson, averaging 12 points per game with 25 3-points made. He's going to be dynamic from the three-point line and is someone to definitely look out for throughout the game.
Yeah, and Sterling's on a 5-game losing streak. They have a negative 52-point differential in those 5 losses. And then you take a look on Woodbury's side. They're 7-7 on the season. They were at the Castle on Monday when they played in the Martin Luther King Day tournament, but they won that game against Williamstown here. They lost their last 3 losses came against Cherokee, Paulsboro, and Heights. Their last 3 wins came against Gateway, Haddon Township, and Williamstown. Williamstown was here at the Castle. You want to look out for R.J. Hagler. He's averaging 16 points a game, and he has 23 pointers on the year. So you want to guard him outside the perimeter because he's a force from beyond the 3-point line. Look out for Woodbury. You also want to look out for Jason Solomon. He's averaging 11 points per game, and he's a force getting those rebounds, so you want to watch out for him too. A comparable opponent for these teams is Audubon. Obviously, you remember Sterling with the double overtime thriller where they came up just short against Audubon, losing them 71-66. Woodbury got the better of them earlier in the year, beating them 52-46. Dan, who do you have winning this game?
I mean, I think the rebounds are going to be the difference maker, and that's something that Sterling has struggled with tremendously throughout the season so far, and Jason Solomon is an absolute force to be reckoned with when trying to grab those rebounds. I'm going to take Woodbury here.
Yeah, and I agree with you there, Dan. Josh Borsch will have a lot of responsibility getting some rebounds tonight, but I don't think that they'll be able to keep up with Woodbury's rebounding ability, so I'm also going to take the Woodbury Thundering Herd tonight. That'll do it for Knights Game Day. Go Knights, and have a great night.
Thanks, guys. Great stuff there. Take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. At the top is still unbeaten Haddonfield at 13-0, followed by the Garnets of Haddon Heights 7-5. Sterling sitting at the middle of the pack 4-7. Paulsboro 5-7. Haddon Township 3-11, and West Deptford 5-6, but 0-5 in the division. Take a look at the Colonial Patriot standings. The Green Wave atop of that division, 8-4, followed by the Gloucester Lions at 6-6. The Woodbury Thundering Herd, who are here today, at 7-7. The Lindenwold Lions at 4-8. Collingswood at 4-10, and Gateway with a tough season, 0-12 to this point. Game history since 2007. Sterling leads 15-9, and they won their last meeting. Woodbury's last win against the Knights was in January 2019. Sterling has won 4 matchups in a row. Again, Sterling 4-7 on the year. They're third in the Colonial Liberty. 54 points a game this Knights team puts up on offense and allows 58 points a game. Walter Garrison, leading points per game scorer, with 16 points a night. Julian Johnson with 12 points per game, followed by Zion Arnett with 10 points per game, and Travis Schmid with 8 points per game. The Woodbury Thundering Herd, they're 7-7, third in the Colonial Patriot. They are allowing 53 points in on the defensive end, 52 points offensively. R.J. Hagler, the leading points per game scorer, with 16 points per game, followed by Jason Solomon with 11, Troy Lindsay with 8, Dorian Dunbar with 7, and we're going to send it to let the boys introduce themselves.
Travis Schmid, forward, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Zion Arnett, guard, Somerdale, New Jersey.
Julian Johnson, guard, Somerdale, New Jersey.
Joshua Bush, forward, Magnolia, New Jersey.
Brandon Allison, guard, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Walt Garrison, wing, Woodbury.
Isaiah Bethea, guard, Stratford.
Jace Camardo, guard, Stratford. Isaiah Benjamin, point guard, Magnolia.
Casey Kozaneski, big guard, Stratford. Marquise Holloway, forward, Magnolia. Justice Gamble, guard, Stratford, New Jersey.
Jake Spiritoso, forward, Magnolia.
Take a look at the keys to the game in today's contest. Play hard, have faith in the fundamentals, and play together. And I think the last one is the biggest out of the three, playing together with this Knights team.
Sorry, Jake, a lot of the guys don't have that big of a problem playing together, but I want to see a little bit less selfishness with the ball, a lot more spreading around, and I want to see a little bit more of the playing hard, fighting for the rebounds a bit more around the rim. As we look at the Woodbury starters, Jason Solomon, the junior, CJ Young, the senior, Dorian Dunbar, the senior, Isaiah Dunleavy, the junior, and RJ Hagler, that big scorer, the sophomore.
Take a look at the starters for the Knights: Zion Arnett, Travis Schmid, Jason Camardo, Julian Johnson, and Joshua Borsch again getting the start here for the Knights.
Yeah, we're looking for a big game out of him today. He has a tough competition with Jason Solomon under the rim. I saw Jason Solomon play during the MLK tournament when I was PA announcing, and he is super physical. He goes and gets every ball. He's not afraid to jump up and make a play, and man, he's a force to be reckoned with when he's under the rim.
Just got introduced in the starting lineup. Solomon in his last game, which was in that MLK showcase here at Sterling. They played Williamstown, had a double-double, 17 points, 16 rebounds. Definitely a force to be reckoned with on the glass.
A really nice vertical. He always got up super, super high. And there's RJ Hagler, who was the leading point scorer in that game, had a great game against Williamstown, was really lethal from beyond the arc. And one of the things that Sterling struggles with is players that are really good behind the arc.
Yeah, you said it, 20 made threes for Hagler in 14 games. So a little over 1 3 per game for the sophomore. Averages 16.3 points per game. And you take a look at head coach Mark DeRugiris for Woodbury. See there, Josh Borsch, the sophomore. A great three-level scorer, can score not only down low, but from beyond the arc, and has a nice mid-range shot.
Now, I was talking with Jake earlier today. We really like using that term three-level scorer. It's such a fun thing to say about a player, but it's also a hard thing to tag on a player. And when you're able to score on all 3 levels of the court, it's such a special talent to have. And in only a sophomore, Josh Borsch has shown a lot of potential this season.
Zion Arnett coming out, 10.3 points a game. Last game against Clearview had 16. Sterling dropped that one to the Pioneers, 55-42. And guys, they've lost 5 straight, looking to turn it around here against the Thundering Herd.
And I mean, those keys of the game that we had up are really their biggest problems. And my biggest one is playing hard. And as we're looking at both of the coaches there, Coach B on the right, Mr. DeRuckers on the left, and man, Coach B has coached his team up super well. Mr. DeRuckers is a great guy to talk to. He helped me a lot during the showcase with names and everything. He's just super nice, super out there, and both of these coaches, great people.
So we're about ready to tip this one off. Thanks for tuning in with us. I'm Jay Clark, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss.
Yeah, so good game. And if you're Sterling, you kind of want to start on the offense. You want to get the offense going to a Woodbury team that allows 53 points a game.
Zion Arnett fires up a three. What a way to get the offense going there with a three ball from Zion Arnett.
And beyond the arc is where you're going to be at your best, and if they can have a great game beyond the arc, their offense is going to be just as efficient as it always is.
Taken away there by Julian Johnson, and a nice steal and layup down the other end. The Knights out to a 5-0 lead. Less than 30 seconds into this contest.
And you can't underestimate this Knights defense. When they're playing press up the court, they do a great job of it. We've seen that the past couple seasons.
Three is up and off the mark there. Batted around, ends up in the hands of Johnson. Solomon came flying in to try and get that board.
Yeah, and you don't usually see teams run that press full court defense right out of the gate, but a good job by Coach Behringer to set the tone early, and it really caught Woodbury off guard as Sterling's out to a 5-point lead.
Shot by Arnett, misses. Got a whistle, stays with Sterling. We're going to take another look at the basket here from Zion Arnett.
Jason Camardo gets crowded under the rim for a second and finds a wide open Zion Arnett. And Jason Camardo's done a great job of distributing the ball all season. That was another nice pass.
Here's Borsch to Schmid in the corner. Schmid fakes with a three, now back out to Camardo. Arnett drives inside, mid-range jump shot, off the mark, rebound Hagler. So here's Hagler running the offense for the Thundering Herd. Finds Dunbar. Dunbar looking around, gets it to Young. Hagler driving inside, shot off the mark, rebound Solomon. Strong finish there from Jason Solomon.
And that is exactly what I pointed out. Around the rim is going to be their biggest struggle tonight, Sterling. And you can see him get up for that, you can see Solomon get up for that rebound and just put it right back in. I mean, he had no one around him. That's a great play from Jason Solomon.
Schmid driving inside. Lots of contact in the basket from Travis Schmid, getting on the board early here.
Yeah, a ton of contact there, but a good job from Schmid by finishing that basket off and Sterling out to a 7-2 lead to start this game. Good job setting the tone early, especially when you're at home in front of the super fans.
Solomon spins, drives inside. Nice basket there from Jason Solomon.
And I mean, I guess you could say he's a paint beast. He's really good in the paint. He's really smart with his movements, and he was a really, really good dominant force where they need him to be.
Arnett in the corner, fires up a three, got it! Zion Arnett with another three there for the Knights. He's got 6.
And early this game, the Thundering Herd letting up a lot of three-point opportunities, and Zion Arnett has had to and made to so far, so they really got to start limiting those opportunities.
Hagler for 3. Back iron rebound, Camardo. Here's Camardo, puts it on the floor. Pass a little too hot there for Arnett, but we're going to take a look at his previously made 3. 6 points already in this first quarter for Zion Arnett.
And with a great shot came a great pass from Julian Johnson. Found him cross court with an amazing lob over, and just a great way to cash it in from Zion Arnett.
Yeah, and a great job from Sterling's offense to kind of recognize. It feels like every time that they go into the paint, they have 2 defenders there to meet him, which means that someone's left open. So great job from Sterling's offense to pick that up.
Travel there on R.J. Hagler, so a turnover for the Thundering Herd.
As we look at the basket from Jason Solomon earlier, puts a really nice spin move on Travis Schmid, and he doesn't have a time to set his feet and even try and take a charge there. A great play from Jason Solomon.
Arnett finesse in the lane, no good. Shot is good from Borsch down the low block.
Yeah, and Dan, you talked about in the pregame about how important it is going to be for Borsch to get those points in the paint. You want to add on to that a little bit more with that basket?
Swat from Borsch there. Nice block there from the sophomore. Arnett drives inside. Zion Arnett with another basket. Timeout, Thundering Herd.
And a super smart timeout. They started this game off slow. I mean, Sterling caught him in a trap defense to start out the game. And, I mean, it looks like they haven't picked up their wheels after that, and that's a great play from the Knights.
Take a look at the snatch block there from Josh Borsch.
Yeah, an impressive job there from Borsch to not only get the block, but hold on to the ball. To take another look, the Arnett layup, or excuse me, the Borsch shot.
And way to clean up the missed layup there from Borsch. Way to just be there, be in the right place at the right time. And that comes with a lot of experience, but that was a really good job from the sophomore.
So a smart timeout from head coach Mark DeRuggiero of the Thundering Herd. And right now, Sterling been dominant on both ends of the floor. Gonna have to keep this up for all 4 quarters.
And this isn't something I've been used to, especially, you know, with this team. They don't come out the gate very strong. And I mean, I think this is a nice tempo changer for the Knights to get started well, get on a good streak going, and cause a timeout this early in the game. It was a great job from Coach Behringer and the boys.
So takeaway there by Camardo. Heaves a pass for Arnett. Arnett stops, swatted there by Young. Good defensive play by CJ Young. Now the Thundering Herd in transition. Here's Hagler. Hagler, shot off the mark. Rebound Dunleavy, foul on Josh Borsch.
And what a sequence of events there. What a pass from Jason Camardo to lead a Zion Arnett towards the rim. A nice pump fake, but CJ Young was not fooled and puts a nice block on the junior.
First foul, teams first.
At the line, Isaiah Dunleavy, the junior, number 10, having a pretty good season with 3 points per game. And in this pact of an offense, he's not seeing a lot of time, but doing a good job with the time he is seeing.
Yeah, only played in 5 games for the Thundering Herd. Got the start here today. Second free throw off the mark, rebound, Julian Johnson. So here's Arnett, finds Johnson. Back to Arnett. Cross-court pass to Camardo. Camardo for 3, it's good! Jason Camardo cans it from the corner.
And we don't see him shoot the rock a lot. He's surrounded with a ton of great shooters and great scorers. And he's normally the distributor, but did a great job there cashing in.
Another takeaway there by the Knights. Arnett, shot is no good. Batted around, rebound, Travis Schmid. Schmid leaves it short. Ball still on the ground, now picked up by Dunbar. Finds Hagler. Hagler's out on the run. Gets around Borsch, but Borsch takes it away.
And 2 very confident takes from the Knights on the other end of the ball from a Zion Arnett and Travis Schmid against a really, really paint-present defense. And couldn't cash in, but a great job.
Nice pass from Camardo. Borsch finishes. Great find from Jason Camardo.
Yeah, and what you've seen so far is Sterling's offense run absolutely perfectly. They're getting it done from the perimeter, which was very impressive to see. It seems like everyone's been hitting their threes. They've been getting it done in the paint. Just a phenomenal work on the offensive side of the ball so far this game. Jason Camardo almost runs into the scorer's table.
Would have been the second time that happened this season. Take a look at the 3 hit from the corner. Camardo came dashing our way. We're going to take a nice find from Arnett.
And what we've seen a lot of this Sterling offense do is distribute the ball well and play more as a team. They play more as a gel team together, and it's been really cool to see at the start of this game.
Here's Hagler. Again, the sophomore, the leading points per game scorer. Shot is up and good there for Isaiah Dunleavy from beyond the arc.
And watching him in the MLK tournament, that's what he did a lot of for this Woodbury team. Brought a 3-point presence. That was a great shot there for him.
Johnson finds Schmid. Schmid for 3. Off the mark, batted around, rebound Young. Here's Dunbar. Hop steps into the lane. Nice find there for Jason Solomon. Good find from Dunbar to Solomon for the 2 for the Thundering Herd. Here is Camardo. Johnson catches, shoots, got it. Julian Johnson with another catch and shoot 3. That's his specialty, Dan.
Yeah, and as we said on the pregame show, Julian Johnson with the most made 3s on the squad. I think he was with 25, and that is his area of expertise, is that beyond the arc shooter.
Ball was taken away by Arnett. Arnett gets up, tries to slam it home. got a little too overeager there. We're going to take a look at the last basket. Camardo, nice job making the extra pass.
And yeah, as I said earlier, great ball movement there. And Julian Johnson will always cash out on those opportunities. What a funny play from Zion Arnett on the other side of the court.
Yeah, funny play from Zion Arnett, but I think Coach B just wanted him to get the basket there. You don't want Woodbury to get anything to build off of going into the second quarter.
We're going to take another look. He's got an open net. Thought he could get up there and jam it home. Just got a little too overeager. Nevertheless, the Knights still with a big lead, 22-10 in this first quarter.
That was a really funny play. I'm still stuck on that. I mean, I see Coach B on the other end, and he throws his hands up like, what are you doing? But at that point, let the kids play. I mean, it's high school basketball. Why not have some fun there? I think that's funny. That was a really nice play from Zion.
So here's Johnson, finds Camardo. Nice pass down low to Borsch, and the Knights are playing very unselfish. Another assist from Jason Camardo.
Yeah, a lot of unselfish basketball from the Knights, and this is what Coach Behringer has always kind of coached, is unselfish basketball, always making the extra pass, finding the best look possible, and they're running it perfectly right now. You saw this a lot last year on that run that they went on to the Group 2 finals, and you're seeing it again here.
I mean, Jason Camardo, I always give him a lot of compliment for the great distributor that he is. Finds a really nice pass underneath the basket to Borsch.
Arnett for three, offline. Borsch right at the buzzer, can't get it. The Knights lead this one 24-10 after one, and we're going to take a look at one of the last remaining original McDonald's signs, the only one left in New Jersey. We'll be right back after a couple messages after this.
Hey you, yeah you. When you take your eyes off the road, the chances of you getting in an accident go up by 400%. For students, more than 3,000 teens die each year in accidents that involve texting and driving. So why are you on your phone in the first place? Your car is not a place to scroll, post, or share things with your friends. The person you're texting would probably rather have you stay alive. So when you're driving, stay in the zone and kill the phone.
Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19 after one quarter of action. It's the Knights leading the Thundering Herd 24-10. Again, one of the last remaining original McDonald's signs in the country, the only one left in the state of New Jersey, and it's right in our own backyard.
Yeah, you know, a little fun fact. Connor Strauss, Matthew Strader, and myself just went there to go get some food, and I gotta say, it is some really good McDonald's.
It is. Their fries always taste very fresh. But for the Knights, it's a 14-point lead coming out of the first quarter, and a team that's been struggling to really get anything going these last couple games. It's really good to see them get out to an early lead, and hopefully they can build off this for the next three quarters against a pretty good Woodbury team.
And not only the next three quarters, the next couple days, they got a lot of jam-packed games this weekend into next week.
So they've got, I believe, a couple games over the weekend. I think Mr. K is saying Saturday they play Eastern, and Sunday they're at Paul VI, Mr. K's alma mater. There's a takeaway. Shot is up. No good there by Troy Lindsay. Lindsay having a great season off the bench, playing 11 games. The 6'3" forward has 8.2 points a game.
He is having a great season. He played really well against Williamstown, the game I saw him in. And he's really good under the rim. He has a really good mid-jump shot. Shoots from the three at times, but when he can get it hot, it's a really good three-point shot.
Taken away there by Johnson right out of the air, looking to find Camardo. And Camardo lets that one go out of play. It's Thundering Herd ball, and Jason kind of confused by the call from the official. Another note worth mentioning, you see there on your screen, number 21, Walter Garrison, back into the game for the Knights. He was unavailable in their loss against Clearview. There he is, number 21, the Knights' leading points per game scorer with 15.7. He is from Woodbury, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Coach Mark DeRuggiero can't believe the call, and he's still letting the officials know it.
Yeah, and Dan, you saw this Woodbury team on the Martin Luther King Day tournament. I didn't really get to see them. What is one thing that they were doing that day that you haven't really been able to see them do so far this game?
Well, what I mentioned before, it's a lot on the paint presence. I mean, Jason Solomon did a really good job that game, dominated physically, and we haven't been able to see him do it so far. So it's been interesting to see how they've been limiting him. Also, another thing to note, that when they go to PVI this weekend, they are going against Holy Cross, not PVI. There we see Hagler tip it, so I'm not sure what Mr. DeRuggiero is on, but...
Well, I think he's frustrated. The original call was Woodbury ball, and the officials overturned that call, so I think, is frustrated that the call went in their favor and then got turned around. But nevertheless, it's Silver Knights basketball. Here's Garrison, finds Borsch. Borsch with a step back, finds Johnson. Johnson catch and shoot three. Front iron, rebound, Garrison. And there's Walter Garrison's first points of the night.
And it's a good thing for Coach B to see him get back on track. I mean, missing a game, being unavailable, stinks for Walter Garrison, but it's good to see him make a layup there.
Takeaway there by Johnson. Johnson lays that one up and in. We've got another timeout.
And Connor, to expand on your question a little bit more, they've also came out a lot more flat-footed today. The Woodbury team isn't their usual spark.
And the Thundering Herd, they're 7-7. They played a Williamstown team who I believe is still winless. So obviously Sterling a bit better than that Williamstown team. Williamstown also lost to Sterling for a comparison. First quarter.
No, I haven't seen any spark from them, and they were also a lot better from beyond the arc. And I don't think they've hit a three-pointer all day today. They may have hit one. I think it was Dunleavy. But other than that, I don't think they've hit any three-pointers and haven't even attempted so.
Yeah, and for a team that gets a lot of their points from beyond the perimeter, I mean, they have a 23-point score, and for a team like that, you really have to get the three-point game working.
Some of the fans in attendance today. Good to see some people showed up for this Thursday night basketball game.
So the Herd will have possession coming out of the timeout. Here's Hagler. One big difference that I'm noticing too, Dan, is Dunbar is not running the offense. Dunbar did a nice job and had a couple flashy assists for the Thundering Herd in that game against Williamstown. Lindsay shot at the rim, can't go. Another offensive rebound and a foul now for the Thundering Herd.
And I think another thing is, and we've seen this with Sterling a few times, they just haven't found that shot to start the streak going. I mean, they've been really cold ever since they came out, and sometimes that's just a thing you got to build up, and they have not found that spark yet.
So the first free throw is there, now making it a 28-11 game. Second one is up and good. So 2 free throws there for the Thundering Herd to try and cut into this big Knights deficit. Here's Camardo trying to orchestrate the offense. Calls the play, now finds Johnson. Here's Borsch. Nice backdoor cut there by Schmidt and an unselfish pass there from Josh Borsch. Guys, they've played as a well-cohesive unit today.
Yeah, they've played about as unselfish basketball as you can play today, and it's really paid off. They have an 18-point lead in the second quarter, which if you told me this 2 days ago, I would have been shocked coming into this game because they've played a lot of selfish basketball, but they've looked so good tonight, and it's really great to see.
I believe they got Dorian Dunbar on the offensive foul.
I don't think so, Jake. I don't think that shot counted, but I'm not. Oh, they got Dorian Dunbar. That's on me.
Nice move there by Camardo. Finds Johnson. Shot off the mark. Taken away by Borsch. Borsch unable to get that shot to go. Rebound Dunbar. Dunbar racing in transition. Drives in the lane. Euro step. Good defense there by Johnson. Arnett and Johnson were the two defenders in close proximity. And this game moving a lot quicker now. Arnett, crafty handle off the mark. Solomon holding his eye, might have gotten poked on the way up. Hagler on the other end, layup is good for R.J. Hagler.
Yeah, and what I noticed in Sterling's last couple possessions is that they're really making them, Woodbury's really making them work for those paint points. So if you're Sterling, you kind of want to start looking at the perimeter again because Woodbury's really collapsing in on the paint, making them earn those points in the paint.
We're going to take a look at the smooth moves here from Jason Camardo. Take another look at this.
Almost too smooth to handle, and Jason Camardo does it with flash, does it with style, keeps it simple. Great player.
Here's Hagler. Outside, he's guarded by Camardo. Dunbar orchestrating the offense for the Thundering Herd. Solomon looking, poke it, and taken away by Arnett. Arnett just decides to lay this one up and in.
And I think what Woodbury, they're trying to get too cute with it, not playing their game, and Sterling playing a very, very simple game, sticking to what they're good at and not trying too much, and this has gotten them this huge lead in the second quarter.
Timeout called by the Herd. 30 seconds, timeout.
You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. Take a look at what's going on around the castle. Mr. Claiborne's Castle Connection that was just filmed today. There was a link posted out on Twitter. You can find that and much, much more on Twitter at SterlingTV19.
Very important Castle Connection for updates on the winter delays. Make sure you have your on-course updated so you can get all the calls, all the notifications. But you could also find that and much, much more on those Castle Connections.
Mr. Claiborne, our principal, does a great job of being as informative as possible. Take a look at some of the super fans on hand. Nice find from Dunbar there. Here's Solomon looking around, shot, rims in and out, and ends up going back in on the tip-in. Here's Camardo. Tightly guarded, nice move, looking around for help, finds Garrison. Here's Johnson. Shot is up and good. Long two there for Julian Johnson off the dribble this time.
Very nice jump shot. Just a great shot selection. A nice pass from Jason Camardo to Walter to Julian. A nice little tic-tac-toe there. That's a great shot.
Three is up and off the mark. Batted around, rebound Solomon. Shot off the mark there from Jason Solomon, gets his own rebound, and that one is good. Third time's the charm there for the Thundering Herd.
And there's an example of his dangerous rebounding. May not have the height, but definitely has the physicality, not scared to take a little hit. Great play from Solomon.
Pass intercepted by Solomon, layup is off the mark, rebound Julian Johnson. He's gonna slow this one down. Now a cross-court pass to Arnett, sets his feet, fires, off the mark. And we've got a foul on Zion Arnett trying to take that ball away from Jason Solomon.
Yeah, and now some of Sterling's shots aren't really hitting like they were, but they've built such a lead that it doesn't really affect them as much if they're missing those threes, that they can kind of take those shots right now.
Coach Behringer got to be happy about the ball movement. Coach Mark DeRuggiris, excuse me. Hoping for a little more ball movement from the Thundering Herd. There's a shot up and good from well beyond the arc for R.J. Hagler.
Shooting it down from Chinatown. Really nice shot from R.J. Hagler all the way back over by us.
So here's Johnson. Johnson spinning into the lane. Johnson, nice layup there, and a crafty finish for Julian Johnson.
Man, that was a really nice move. I mean, wow, there's not much to say about that. Great play from Julian Johnson.
Shot off the mark, rebound, Travis Schmidt. He finds Garrison. Pass to Arnett. Arnett swatted away. What a defensive play there. Here's Hagler. Hagler on the other end converts as now there's 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
And what a sequence of events for Woodbury, maybe trying to get something going here because they've been a little flat to start out this game, as we mentioned. But man, oh man, that was a nice play.
Yeah, and if you're Sterling, you got to do something here to get that momentum back. You don't want Woodbury going on a lead right before halftime. Going on a run, excuse me, right before halftime.
Arnett driving in the lane, he's fouled hard.
And we mentioned it before, Woodbury crowding the lane every time someone drives in. So here's the basket from Julian Johnson. What crafty ball handling, and just puts it right up in the lay. What a beautiful job from Julian Johnson.
Arnett's first free throw is off the mark. 17 for 19 coming into this. Now 17 for 20, and Woodbury has a couple fans here that are making it very difficult for Arnett at the charity stripe. Second free throw is good, so goes 1 for 2 there at that trip to the line. Dunbar, pass was tipped by Arnett. Solomon with a high IQ play to just bounce that one off Bethea. Looked to be a little contact between a couple players there right before the inbound. Nevertheless, we're back to what really matters is the basketball on the court, not the extracurricular activities. So here is Garrison, again unavailable in that loss to the Clearview Pioneers. And the Knights really could have used him. Caprice Stewart had 31 points in that game for the Pioneers.
Yeah, but on the contrary, doing a great job limiting the stars of Woodbury this game. They haven't done much offensively, as you can see with the huge lead that they hold over 14-point lead.
So here's Johnson. Going to be setting something up here for Sterling. Finds Bethea. Bethea looking around. Gets it to Schmid. Schmid driving inside. Schmid. That one was batted around. Ended up in the hands of Schmid again. Ball moving around like a pinball. Schmid tried to tip it to stay in bounds. But Woodbury has possession. They say Schmid stepped on the line.
Yeah, so Sterling, 44 seconds left in this half. You want to make sure that Woodbury, you want to defend the perimeter here, make sure Woodbury doesn't get a three or anything to build off going into the locker room at halftime.
Shot is off the mark, rebound Dunbar, second chance, no good, swatted by Garrison. Here's Bethea, he's gonna slow this one down for the Knights. Bethea off the mark, rebound Solomon. Solomon looking to go coast to coast and converts. Crafty footwork into the lane there for Jason Solomon. Here's Bethea attacking Solomon, fouled. Hard fall there for the sophomore.
And something I always say about Azir Bethea every time I see him play, and he has some really, really nice drives to the basket. He isn't the tallest or strongest kid on the court, but he always takes it to the rim and takes it with aggression. And I really like the way he plays as a sophomore.
Played in all 11 games for the Knights this season. Done a great job as being one of the first guys to come off the bench. First free throw is off the mark. And that's been a reoccurring issue for the Knights.
Yeah, not being able to cash in on those free throws has cost them a lot of points, but they got to start working on that a little bit more. But I'm sure it's not too big of a worry right now, noticing this huge lead.
Second one is good. He goes 1 for 2 at the line. The Thundering Herd with short time. Pass was intercepted. And so we're going to take a look. Coach Behringer played for the Thundering Herd back in high school. We're going to take a look at some of the things that he was able to do. Sterling leading this one 38-25. We'll be right back as they're taking a look at Coach Behringer back in the day.
Some traffic has it knocked away, regains, now stolen once again by Behringer. Behringer, oh, look at this passing game, and Estrada drops one in. Oh, and a steal by Behringer, keeps it in bounds, keeps himself in bounds as well, and goes off the glass and good for 2. So just in Behringer.
Gus Behringer's one of those athletes you just gotta like.
Rob Carson missed it, and there's Behringer once again, liking the rebound. He's got about 3 of those tonight. It's in a wet spot, it looked like. Lewis with the steal, goes to Behringer. Oh, athletic. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but Behringer this year. He's 6 foot, and there you see wearing the number 10. And like a good point guard, already directing traffic for the other end of the floor while getting ready to shoot those free throws. Next one is up and good, so knocks it away from McLeod. A little 2-on-1. Behringer layup is good on the nice pass from Arthur Lewis. They can't get it to him. A steal by Behringer. Very frustrating night for Turner. Lewis behind the back. Marcus Martin, 2 hands. Still, trying to grind out that Colonial Conference title, but also South Jersey Group 1.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me. Why?
Because. Are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
This is so stupid.
That's more like it.
I never said you could hit me. What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? Never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. I'm not first one.
Yeah, you. When you take your eyes off the road, the chances of you getting in an accident go up by 400%. For students, more than 3,000 teens die each year in accidents that involve texting and driving. So why are you on your phone in the first place? Your car is not a place to scroll, post, or share things with your friends. The person you're texting would probably rather have you stay alive. So when you're driving, stay in the zone and kill the phone.
Yeah, you guys want us to just skip class and mess around?
Wait, you haven't heard the rumors?
About the hallway predator? Those things are just made up. Teachers just want to scare us to go back to class.
All right, bro. Yeah.
I told you guys it's not real.
Yo, he's not even scary.
Who even is this dude? Don't linger in the hallways.
Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. The Knights with a commanding lead over the Woodbury Thundering Herd, 38-25 at the half. Take a look at the leading scorers. Leading all scorers are Zion Arnett and Julian Johnson, both with 11 apiece. And for the Knights, Joshua Borsch has 6. And for the Thundering Herd, Solomon with 10, RJ Hagler with 7, and Isaiah Dunleavy with 4. And now we're going to take a look at some of the highlight plays from some of the highlight players in this first half.
And sure, first we're going to see a kickback out here to Zion Arnett. Finishes that one off like he has been all night, doing a great job, especially early in the game. And here we see a feed from Julian Johnson and another three-pointer from Zion Arnett. Killed it in the first quarter, a little bit quiet the second quarter, but still just as dominant on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, take a look at some of Woodbury's highlights. Good layup there. I saw him.
And now coming up, we have Julian Johnson, who's just been electric from beyond the arc and doing a great job on both sides of the ball, causing steals, causing mayhem, and Woodbury seems they can't find an answer for him.
Yeah, Johnson, he's been lethal from beyond the arc. Woodbury has really struggled to find an answer, and he's a big reason why Sterling was able to put up 38 points in that first half, and for a team that only averages 54 points a game, they have 38 in this first half, so very impressive showing from Sterling's offense so far tonight.
Johnson been tremendous. And you see a drive there to the basket. He's had a couple crafty drives, but obviously his specialty, that pretty jump shot he's got.
Sterling has made a lot of nice and shifty plays.
We're now going to take a look at highlights from Jason Solomon for the Thundering Herd.
And coming into this game, I mentioned a lot that Solomon would be a presence at the rim as we see him take one there over 3 guys. And that's a really tough play to make. but he's been making them, doing a great job tonight. But Sterling has seemed to have found an answer for him. Being physical under the rim has caused him to miss a lot of those shots and not get as many rebounds, but still just as dominant and still definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, Solomon in the last game against Williamstown had that double-double, 17 and 16. Averages a little over 11 points per game at 11.2, 6.5 rebounds. And he's been a major bright spot for the Thundering Herd here today.
Yeah, one of their only point scorers today, one of the only people that really seemed on from the get-go. And, I mean, for the Woodbury Thundering Herd, you're just hoping that your entire team flips a switch. It just comes out with a different mentality and doesn't take the Sterling team lightly, because once you do, you're going to get caught behind like they have been tonight.
So we're about ready for this second half of action to get underway. If you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. The Knights lead this one 38-25 over the Woodbury Thundering Herd. Here is Schmid. Back to Camardo. Camardo backs it out. Gonna try and get something going. He's guarded by Sacco. Arnett finds Johnson over in the corner. Schmid, nice pass. Tough shot there. Here is Dunbar. Dunbar tries to slip it to Troy Lindsay. Just went off the hands of Lindsay. That'll be a turnover for Woodbury.
Bit of a frustrating start. We saw a little bit of frustration after that play. Woodbury just trying to get back into this game after getting down 13 points at the end of the half. Trying to look for some spark to start off the second half.
So here is Schmid. Driving inside. Basket's up and good for Travis Schmid.
And doing what he does best, take physical drives. And, I mean, obviously he shoots the rock from three, but does a great job driving into the basket and taking contact, but still making something out of it.
Three was off the mark from Hagler. Ball being batted around, ends up in the hands of Schmid, and then Lindsay takes it away. Here's Dunbar driving inside, steps back, is fouled, shot well off the mark, but he'll go to the line for two.
Dunbar, described by a lot of the coaches and players as a grown man. Very, very physical, built very well, and just a really, really good player for this Woodbury team.
Not only does Dunbar attack the rim so well, he's a great facilitator and always looks to get his teammates involved. Second free throw is up and good for Dorian Dunbar, the senior.
And I don't want to, I mean, it's very legal, but we don't see a lot of players do it. Dunbar took a little bit of a jump shot on his free throw shot there. Just something to note there. I think that's pretty cool. We don't see a lot of players try and do that.
Here is Borsch. Thought about a three, now gets it to Johnson. Bounce pass down low to Borsch. Now Arnett getting batted around. Ball goes out of play.
Very good hustle there from Woodbury. It is their ball going up the other end of the court.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Brian McClernand, who's a little under the weather, one of our student announcers who would have been here today if he had been feeling a little better. So hoping you feel better, Brian, and we hope to see you soon back out here on the call with us. As we get back to basketball, a major impact play there. Jason Solomon, shot's good and the foul.
And you can see, I mean, Woodbury trying to get these big impact plays, clawing themselves back into this game. A really nice shifty move from Jason Solomon. We see him use his physicality a lot, but not those moves. That was a really nice spin move around the sophomore Josh Borsch.
Yeah, and Woodbury coming out of halftime has looked really good so far. Sterling only 2 points in this third quarter up to this point, so Sterling really got to wake up their offense and have it as it was in the first half. But good job from Woodbury at making those adjustments and kind of shutting Sterling down so far.
Sacco's floater was good. Here in the corner, Camardo can't get that shot to go. We've got a whistle and a foul.
See the replay here. Sacco just tripped him up a little bit, and he's going to get 3 at the line.
Camardo 4 of 6 at the line entering this game, having a couple chances here. First one off the mark. Still got 2 more at the line. Looking to check in for the Knights is Walter Garrison. Second free throw again off the mark there for Camardo. And a major shout out to Woodbury and their fan section. It is loud to our left where their fans are located. But Camardo nevertheless sinks the third one, going 1 for 3 at the stripe. Here's Hagler. 3 up from Lindsay is off the mark. Rebound Solomon. Solomon working down in the post. Kick out to Dunbar. Dunbar hop step into the lane. Crafty work. Unable to finish. Rebound Schmid. So here's Johnson. Looking for some isolation. Now a screen. Ball was poked away by Hagler. Johnson driving, spinning, taken away by Solomon. It's a one-on-one race between Solomon and Garrison, and Solomon attacks the rim off the mark. Dunbar shot, no good, but a foul. Woodbury with a ton of life here to begin this second half.
And great defense on one side of the court to transition into some offense. Just couldn't get it done, but that does give Dorian Dunbar a trip to the free throw line where he is 84%.
22 for 26, the senior is from the line, 6 the first one. Dunbar in the last game had 10 points against the Williamstown Braves, averages about 7.3. Second one off the mark, rebound Solomon, shots up and good for Jason Solomon. Continued dominance down to the low post.
Yeah, and they're starting to show a little bit of that physical dominance around the rim. Sterling took out Josh Borsch, who was really the only disruptor for Jason Solomon, but now he doesn't have that height on him, and it's been a lot easier to get some boards here.
Schmid looking, finds Garrison. Garrison driving inside. Walter Garrison running layup is good. So here's Sacco. Guarded tightly, ball was poked away for a brief moment. Double dribble called. And Woodbury can't believe it. They're saying the ball was tipped. We're going to take another look at the basket from Walter Garrison.
Just a nice drive into the lane, weaves his way through 4 defenders. A nice impressive take. That's a nice play from Walter Garrison.
Coach D. Rugeris can't believe it and is letting the officials know. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with him, but the ball's now taken away by Solomon. Pass up for Dunbar. Dunbar running layup is good. Doesn't matter that the pass looked tipped. Dunbar converts on the other end.
And a lot more mistakes happening on Sterling's offensive side of the ball, transitioning into some offensive pressure from Woodbury, and now they're climbing back into this game.
Johnson shot off the mark, rebound Solomon. Sterling really in a dry spell. Here's Hagler. Hagler hop step in the lane. Shot is up and good for Hagler. We've got a timeout. Silver Knights, good timeout there for head coach Justin Behringer.
Yeah, and a Sterling team who had a double-digit lead going into halftime. You're starting to see their lead really crumble. They only have 5 points this quarter, and we're more than halfway through this third quarter. So good timeout from Sterling. I think they really need to regroup and start playing their game again.
Yeah, we see Sterling fall under this dry spell a lot coming out of the first half, and it's impacted a lot of their games, but this one has been one of the biggest ones so far. From what was a double-digit lead, has now been decreased to just 5 points.
Great job by the Thundering Herd, even when a couple calls haven't gone their way tonight, fighting back into this game. And you can see our next TV game will be Monday, January 22nd, girls basketball. It'll be the Lady Knights taking on Glassboro, an out-of-conference matchup there, so you're going to want to catch that. Doesn't happen too often. It'll be live on Channel 19, youtube.com/SterlingTV19.
Girls basketball doing a great job the past couple games. I mean, they've shown through a lot of diversity that they are still a good team, still a talented team, doing a great job. And one of their leading scorers who's taken a huge step into this team is Lexi Kuhn, who had a ton of threes in their last matchup, so they're doing a great job recently.
Yeah, against Medford Tech, had 20 points. Aaron Quinn with 19, and that was a dominant win for the Lady Knights on a Saturday where they only had 6 available players on the roster. So here is Johnson. If I'm not mistaken, the Lady Knights are on the road tonight against Woodbury. Schmid driving, looking, needs some help, still maintains the ball. We've got a foul on the floor. Schmid with a hard fall, helped up by R.J. Hagler.
Schmid wasn't getting a lot of movement from his teammates there. No one was really getting open. He couldn't find anyone. But he gets the call on the floor. Just way to be aggressive from Travis Schmid.
Garrison finds Johnson off the long inbound pass. 43-38, the Knights lead over the Thundering Herd. But Woodbury has a lot of momentum in this second half. Running layup is off the mark, but a foul. So Garrison will go to the line.
Yeah, and Garrison goes to the line with the chance to kind of gain some of those points back that Woodbury got on Sterling to start out this third quarter. And you get both here, and then you get the ball back, and you're in a good spot again.
First free throw is off the mark. Garrison coming into the game 27 for 47 at the line, off on the first one.
And this is where we see a lot of Sterling's leads get taken away, and this is why we comment on their free throw shooting a lot, is because when they're at the line, they don't cash in these opportunities, and that lead suddenly evaporates.
Yeah, if my mental math is right and I'm remembering correctly, the Knights are just a hair under 50% at the line here today. Pass is taken away there by Johnson. He's guarded by Sacco very tightly. Sacco been a very scrappy defender for the Thundering Herd. Johnson kick out to the corner. Camardo for 3. Jason Camardo is having a great game today for the Knights.
Seeing him step out of his element a little bit, seeing him step out of the box, take a breath of the three-point shooting, and he's doing a great job cashing in.
Lindsay pull-up jumper. Rolls around the rim and drops for Troy Lindsay. So here's Johnson, finds Borsch on the outside. Borsch looking around, Arnett driving inside. Arnett, crafty handle around the rim. Good finish there from Zion Arnett.
And we've seen a lot of those crafty handles from the Knights today. We saw Jason Camardo on the defensive side of the court. We saw Julian Johnson weave his way, and there's Zion Arnett just driving towards the basket, doing a great job tonight, especially against a very physical paint team such as Woodbury.
Knights lead by 9. Here's Hagler. We've got a foul. Going to take a look at the last basket for the Knights. Here's Johnson and Camardo. Camardo with a couple flashy assists and a couple threes.
Yeah, and a huge 3 there from Camardo to kind of give Sterling their momentum back. They started to lose it at the beginning of that third quarter, but it seems like that 3 is really helping them gain back that momentum that was lost.
Hagler catches, shoots. R.J. Hagler from way downtown.
You haven't seen it a lot today, but remembering his game against Williamstown, you can't let him have that space or he's going to capitalize every single time.
Just has a knack for scoring the basketball. 16 points per game. Shot by Johnson is off the mark, but he'll go to the line. We'll take another look. Just catches and shoots from way outside.
And the Zion Arnett gives him a lot of space, and he gets a very, very, very clear view of the basket and does a great job cashing in. Julian Johnson, been one of the leading scorers and most efficient free throw shooters of this entire group. And he's had a great game today, scoring from all 3 levels and just doing a great job distributing and shooting the ball. Having a monster day.
So now, taking a look. Nice job there by Hagler, really starting to try and take over the game for the Thundering Herd. 5-point game. Woodbury right back in it. Camardo, another 3. Jason Camardo finding his groove here tonight. And a chance for the 4-point play.
Yeah, and this quarter really has been the Jason Camardo show. 2 big threes to really get Sterling back their momentum, and now he has the chance for a 4-point play here to give him his 9th point of the quarter. Or, excuse me, 7th point of the quarter.
And as you can see, he's only a 2 points per game scorer, and he has 7 this quarter, doing a great job tonight. Jason Camardo taking a huge step up. He has the opportunity to make it a 4-point play, and he does.
Converts on the 4-point play. Big shot for Jason Camardo, and converts at the line. Good ball movement now for the Thundering Herd. They're looking to get it to Hagler. He's the hot hand. Got a foul on the floor. Gonna take another look at the 3. Nice job from Camardo.
Just a nice catch and shoot there, and was fouled by Sacco.
Woodbury coaches wanted the basket to count for the N1 opportunity, but instead he'll go to the line for 2.
First free throw is good for RJ Hagler. Sophomore averages 16 points a game. Last game was right on par with the average, had 16 in the win. Against Williamstown, they won 60-46 at the Martin Luther King Day Showcase, which again was a tremendous event that we here at Channel 19 got to be a part of, got to watch a lot of good basketball, and want to thank Coach Behringer for the opportunity.
And it was a great cause. All of the funds got donated towards CHOP, and I mean, you just love to see that on a great day, celebrating a great man.
Yeah, just a great tournament, and Dan and I had a lot of fun PA announcing. I know Jake did a little bit of PA announcing too. I got to PA announce the Overbrook Wildwood Catholic game, which is one of the best high school games I've watched in a while.
That game went to double overtime, but a great layup and Euro step there from Jason Solomon. We've got a good one on our hands here as well. 54-49, the Knights have a lead as the final seconds of the 3rd quarter dwindling down. Arnett has to put up a shot, does, off the mark. The energy is high here at the Castle, 54-49. We're gonna take a little look at the crafty footwork from Jason Solomon, the junior.
I mean, he has that physicality, but that footwork is super impressive.
And we're gonna take a quick break, 54-49, the Knights lead. We'll have 4th quarter action right after this.
Look at this door. You can't open the locker. Look at the shoes he's wearing. Go up to him and call him dumb and useless. Bet, I will. Yeah, you better. Hey man, do you need help opening your locker?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
No problem. Nice shoes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. Great shot of the White Horse Pike. Woodbury trails the Sterling Silver Knights 54-49. If you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. 4th quarter action getting ready to get underway. We've had a good one on hand for the first 3 quarters today, guys.
Yeah, man, super entertaining, super fun game. Both benches are absolutely electric, and it's been a super fun game to watch today.
Yeah, and a game that we kind of thought going into halftime was out of hand. Now you're looking at a 5-point game here. So Sterling really has to kind of put the pressure back on Woodbury. They have to get the crowd back involved, and but a good job from Woodbury. They made those halftime adjustments, and they showed it in that 3rd quarter there, but Sterling needs to win this quarter.
Lindsay inbounds for the Thundering Herd. The Thundering Herd were state champs in basketball last year with a record of 24-6. And in football, they were also the state champs. So here's Dunleavy, trapped in the corner, finds Hagler. Dunbar tries to get it to Lindsay in the corner, taken away by Schmid. Nice pass for Garrison. Garrison driving, got it poked away.
Yeah, and it's really impressive to see, as you were talking about, Jake, the winning culture that Woodbury has in all their sports. They're a very talented program, in terms of all the sports that they have at their school, especially basketball and football. I feel like you always hear about them when you're talking about state champions and group champions.
Here is Borsch, a lot of open space for the big man. Can't convert there, left wide open. Pass went off Camardo.
And for Josh Borsch, that's a shot that you normally see him cash in on, and just couldn't get it there. Hasn't seen the ball a lot tonight. So rare miss from the big man. Hopefully he can collect himself and get back
A
into
long
it.
three for Hagler, off the mark, goes out of play. So here's Camardo, probably statistically having his best game of the season against Woodbury. Arnett driving, got it taken away. Here's Hagler. Hagler racing in transition, beats Garrison, shot off the mark. Lindsay can't get that one to go. Second chance, batted around, rebound, Borsch. Strong physical rebound from the 6'4" sophomore.
And way to hustle. That entire Sterling team got back and was ready to play defense. That was a great play. Way to back up their man in Zion.
Jump shot for Camardo, gets front iron, batted around, and it will be Thundering Herd ball.
Yeah, and Jake, you talk about those easy baskets like the free throws for Sterling, but there was an easy basket for Woodbury that they passed up on that if they lose this game by 2 or 3, they're really going to look back at that and think that they should have made that layup. So even though Sterling has been missing the free throws, Woodbury hasn't played a perfect game offensively either.
Dunbar with a bounce pass to Solomon. Solomon attacking the entire Knights defense, draws a foul.
And that's what you see him do a lot of, and that's what we've seen him do a ton of this game. And he's not afraid to attack a defense. He's not afraid to get physical, and gets a foul there. He's going to be shooting 2 at the line.
First one is good for Solomon. Shoots 89% from the charity stripe, 16 for 18. Second one is off the mark. So here's Johnson. Johnson off a screen, pull-up jumper is good. Nothing but net there for number 3, Julian Johnson.
Yeah, and Julian Johnson, who anytime he's left open is shooting the ball, is such a great shooter from literally anywhere on the court. You cannot leave him open at any point.
Too strong there from Isaiah Dunleavy, and it's Knights ball. We've got whistles and a timeout. Knights lead by 6 over the Thundering Herd after the shot from Johnson.
And after a shaky third quarter, way to get back on track, the Sterling offense. I mean, they had a really, really rough third quarter, but Julian Johnson doing the scoring right with a really nice pull-up midi.
Yeah, and the Knights, who haven't really expanded their lead so far, but have done a good job of protecting it to start this fourth quarter out.
You can find us on Facebook at Sterling TV 19. Check out multiple angles of highlight plays from right as they happen. Take a look at what's going on here. Castle Connections also posted there, and much, much more. You can find it at Sterling TV 19 on Facebook.
It's almost like you can find the Castle Connection anywhere.
Mr. K does a great job of uploading not only to just YouTube, but to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials.
Jake, it's almost like you just did an ultra promo right there. Got all of them in one.
If you can name it, we probably have it. Now we're getting ready to get back to basketball. Johnson will inbound for the Knights. A 6-point game with just shy of 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Jake Clark, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. Here is Schmid. Schmid puts it on the floor, looking around, nice find to Borsch. Good pass there from Travis Schmid. Only averages about 1 assist per game.
Yeah, and we talked so much before the game about how important Borsch is going to be, and he's really shown that tonight. He's been a key factor in the paint and really has contained Woodbury in the paint on the defensive side of the ball and has gotten points of his own on the offensive side of the ball. As there's a block and a rebound from him.
Got a foul there. Nice job to deny Hagler at the rim. We're going to take another look at the pretty pass from Travis Schmid right to a wide open Josh Borsch.
Super pretty pass. And, I mean, we've said this like a broken record. Unselfish basketball is their key to success today, and they've shown a lot of it with a great pass from Travis Schmid.
So here is Borsch, finds Arnett. Sterling looking to break the press. They've got Borsch. Borsch with some open space. Schmid in the corner. Schmid for three. Rims out. Rebound Solomon. Hagler loses it for a minute. Hagler to Dunleavy in the corner. We've got a travel on Isaiah Dunleavy.
Man, the energy in this gym right now is really, really loud from both the Sterling cheerleaders and the Woodbury section. And man, oh man, it's getting loud in here. Both benches, both bleachers, great atmosphere for basketball.
They said that Johnson stepped on the line, so that'll be a turnover for the Knights, a pretty crucial one that was unforced. Still Sterling with an 8-point lead. And Arnett is over on the sideline getting looked at by athletic trainer Sean Clank. Just something that we're going to do our best to keep an eye on. Here's Garrison, finds Borsch, back to Garrison. Was tipped away and now batted around. Still Garrison has it. Pass to Schmid in the corner, puts it on the floor, finds Garrison. Garrison, shot no good. Got whistles. Going to take another look, and Garrison has Borsch. Had him open in the corner for a second, but tried to take it as Lindsay did a nice job of rotating out to cover Borsch.
I pointed that out to color commentator Connor Strauss here, and both Johnson and Borsch were open. Just couldn't find him. Took an aggressive take to the rim, didn't get it.
Pass was tipped by Johnson and is up in the hands of Garrison. Here's Johnson, puts it, drives, Borsch in the corner, Borsch for three, off the mark, rebound Solomon. He's done a great job on the boards for the opposing Thundering Herd. Spinning into the lane by three defenders, got it. Aggressive take there from Jason Solomon.
Just continuing what we've been seeing from him all night tonight, doing a great job on these takes, doing a great job on the boards. And Jason Solomon having a night.
Here is Borsch. Got a timeout from Coach Behringer. Going to take a look at the last basket.
He's really, really nice. He has really nice footwork and a nice spin there up to the basket. There's nothing you can do if you're Sterling.
But there is something you can do if you're not watching this game on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube. We've got a lot to cover, a lot of PSAs and much, much more. Old coaches shows and Castle Connections. The Castle Connections even on YouTube. You can check it out if you're watching it on cable.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm Jake Clark, joined by Dan Leakin and Connor Strauss. I'm trying to stand up to get a great view of the court as everybody is on their feet here at the Castle. Now a lot of people taking the time to take a seat during the timeout. But what a good one we've had on hand. Only a 6-point game, the Knights lead. So Borsch is going to inbound after the timeout from the Knights. Okay, Johnson. Running the offense, finds Borsch. Now back to Johnson. Johnson trying to work off a screen from Garrison. He's guarded by Hagler. Hagler had a big third quarter for the Thundering Herd. Here's Camardo, he found Garrison. Schmid, pump fake, pull-up jumper is off the mark. Rebound, Sacco.
Yeah, and a good pump fake jumper there from Schmid. It was the right take, he just couldn't get it to fall.
Dunbar's mid-range jumper rattles in. So basket's good there for the senior.
So now it's a 4-point lead, and every possession from here on out, Jake, is huge for this Knights team.
Got a tight game on our hands. Sterling looked like they were going to run away with it in that first half, but a good third quarter from the Thundering Herd to make this one a close ball game. 3-ball from Johnson off the mark, ends up in the hands of Hagler. Hagler pushing the pace. In the corner is Lindsay. Lindsay for 3, leaves it short. Rebound Garrison. Finding Schmid. Schmid taking on Sacco. Schmid is good. Running layup in transition, good for Travis Schmid.
Ice in the veins, Travis Schmid coming in up clutch just as he does as usual. Great job there from the junior.
Here's Sacco. Struggled. Now slows it up and has control. Finds Dunbar. Dunbar, nice no-look pass to Solomon. Solomon blows by Walter Garrison for the basket.
Not only is he a physical player, he's very speedy. That's a great take.
Schmid driving against Sacco. That one, different result from the last time. Now a 4-point game, under 2 minutes. Woodbury looking to try and make this a 1-possession game. Here's Dunbar. Finds Hagler. Hagler from way outside. Got it! R.J. Hagler from way outside.
And, I mean, we saw him display the shooting in the first quarter and a little bit in the third, but this fourth quarter, he's been lighting it up from the outside, and you can't give him that much space. I know he's way out here, but you cannot give him that space, and that's another shot from R.J. Hagler that just goes right in.
Yeah, so now only a 1-point lead for Sterling, who hasn't trailed yet in this game, and they are in jeopardy of losing the lead for the first time this game if they turn the ball over. But if you're Sterling, you want a game plan, you want to get a good play going in your offensive set here, and you want to try and find the open look. Hopefully beyond the perimeter, you want to look for Johnson, you want to look for Camarda, who's knocked down a couple of threes, and if you're in the paint, you want to look for Borsch, you want to look for Garrison.
And, I mean, Woodbury's just gone on a hot streak this past couple minutes around the rim, from the perimeter, and Sterling has let up a lot of easy chances. And Woodbury, man, they have capitalized. They brought this, double-digit lead that coming out of half all the way to just a 1-point lead for the Knights, and they are in danger of losing.
Just want to give a quick shout-out to Jordan Wallace, who's in the house today, standing next to Channel 19's own Mr. Strauss right now.
Yeah, 1,000-point scorer. She scored 1,277 in her high school career and went on to play at Rutgers.
And there she is. Played Division I at Rutgers, New Brunswick. Had a very successful high school career. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she was on the 2016 championship team. Last time the Lady Knights won, and it is electric. Woodbury has traveled well. And their fan section is loud to our left. The super fans and cheerleaders loud to our right. Under a minute 30, 1-point game.
And Zion Arnett has checked back in the game for the Knights. Seems to be okay and is going to finish this one out.
Yeah, that's a huge gain for the Knights.
Here is Garrison. Sterling does not have to shoot this. There is no shot clock. They might just try and force Woodbury to foul. Nice move by Coach Behringer, and there's a foul from Lindsay. He can't believe it, thought he took that one away clean.
And I don't think the Woodbury bench could believe it either. Everyone threw their hands up there, including Lindsay. Didn't think that one was a foul. Under a minute left. The Knights, again, don't have to shoot this. They can just contain. There's no shot clock, so they have to be smart.
Yeah, Knights don't have to shoot it, but you want to make sure that you don't turn the ball over. You don't want Woodbury getting that last shot attempt because their offense has been on fire the second half.
And if you get a good look, don't pass it up. Got to be confident to knock it down. But it looks like the Knights will just try and run the clock down till zeros. Going to make that difficult. Garrison with a game-saving play there. Keeps the Knights in possession. We've got a timeout. Sterling. Things almost went south for the Knights. Walter Garrison with a great job of keeping possession. And now Coach Behringer with a timeout. And you can take time out of your day to follow us on Sterling TV 19. Check out what's going on around the castle. Mr. K posted a bunch of informative things. Maybe even who's on the news. You can find that and much, much more at Sterling TV 19. Taking a look at some of the Woodbury crowd today. They've traveled very well, and I can remember in my years here when the girls basketball team, the Lady Knights, took on the Woodbury Thundering Herd, there was a major turnout as Woodbury at the time had a Division I player.
And coming out of the last time out, RJ Hagler and Jason Solomon, the two stars of this Woodbury team, came out hyping up their crowd, and they were very, very loud. And as we were talking about Jordan Wallace, they were doing that, and it's a great turnout. And Woodbury isn't close. Woodbury is pretty far, so this is really cool to see a really nice section for their school.
So the Knights break the huddle. Again, they're just probably going to look to try and hold on and knock down some free throws.
Yeah, they're going to need to get the inbound play smooth, though.
And it's ironic we talk about free throws. The Knights have struggled from the line, shooting about 50%. So they get it to Camardo. He's had a stellar day today for Sterling. Camardo looking, holds onto it, finds Schmid. The Knights moving the ball around quick. And now Johnson is intentionally fouled by Hagler.
And the Knights' ball movement has been something to highlight on this entire game, no matter what happens. They've done a great job distributing, great job finding the open man, which Woodbury has let a lot of opportunities like that up. And the Knights have capitalized really well. And what a great job from Coach B to coach that up to the guys.
Yeah, and the Knights have all their best shooters in, so there's really no good person to foul here if you're Woodbury.
Got another foul, and that's what the Herd are going to have to do. Now just 23.3 seconds remaining. And the next one will send someone from Sterling to the line.
But the max they can get is 2. So it'll still be a 3-point game, and the Herd, if Sterling makes both of them, does have a chance to tie.
So it will be Jason Camardo going to the line. He's 2 for 4 on the day, missed 2 of the 3 during that 3-point trip to the line, made the last one, and then converted on the and one for the 4-point play. 2 crucial ones here as there's 21.2 seconds remaining. First one is good. So now a 2-point game. Borsch checks in, Schmid checks out. Second one is good as well. So a big basket there from the junior point guard makes it a 3-point game. Woodbury can still tie with a shot from beyond the arc. There's a foul.
And the tension in the gym is rising. This could be very well the last possession of the game. And man, is it intense.
Yeah, and a pretty good foul there from Sterling, because now Woodbury's going to have to burn more time because they can't shoot right off the inbound.
Here's Solomon driving, swatted by Garrison. Dunleavy gets the rebound, long 2, off the mark, rebound Walter Garrison. He's fouled by Hagler with 4.1 seconds remaining. And if Garrison can knock down one of these 2 free throws, it ultimately ices the game for the Knights.
And I'm going to say something I've said a couple times this season, but it is worth it in this moment. Not in my house, Walter Garrison says. Absolutely swats that one away. A great play from the senior. And just wow. Wow, what a sequence of events.
Against, as you said, Jake, Sterling only really needs 1 to ice this game away, make it a 2-possession game.
First free throw is off the mark from Garrison. Tough miss there. Still has an opportunity to make it a 4-point game.
Garrison with a big play on one side of the court. Let's see if he can cash it in here to make it a 2-possession game.
Second one is good. Now makes it a 2-possession game. And there's limited time left. Shot at the buzzer won't matter from Hagler, and the Knights hold on. They win a tight one. The Knights Out of their last 4 games, lost by just an average of 6 points. Got to feel good to hold on and break the 5-game losing streak today over the Woodbury Thundering Herd. Coach Behringer's alma mater, 63-59.
And a big sigh of relief from the Sterling team. It's had a lot of people hate against them, had a lot of people against them in this game, even the big underdogs, but they come up with a huge game, with a huge win here with a dominant first half. And we're going to have a post game with our very own Jake Clark. Sterling takes this one 63-59. We'll be right back here with the post game.
Hey man, are you okay? No man, this dude keeps bullying me.
Here, try this out.
What is it?
This is stop it. You can report people that bully you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, have a good day working.
See here, I noticed there's a lot of seniors.
Oh, he's in my senior experience class.
What's senior experience?
Yeah, Justin, senior experience is a great opportunity for seniors to gain work experience during the school day while earning income in any career of their interest.
Wow, that sounds really cool. What jobs qualify for this?
Any non-hazardous jobs qualify. There are really 2 types of students that take senior experience. Those that want experience in a career that interests them and they are able to build their resume. Then there are those who want to gain workplace skills and earn as much money as possible while building skills for the future.
That sounds interesting. How can I sign up?
Hey, come see me anytime or go talk to your guidance counselor.
All right, thank you.
And welcome back to the Castle after Sterling takes a very dominant win over the Thundering Herd, 63-59. We're going to send it back down to Jake with his eye on Arnett Fields right now on the sideline.
Talk about your ability to score from all 3 levels.
Yeah, I just wanted to, we had to come out, we was getting shots up all week because, you know, we've been losing, so it's hard. And yeah, we just had to attack them because we knew they was weak in the paint and they're not good at closing out, so we was just attacking them. Yeah.
And you mentioned the losing, lost 5 straight. Got to feel good to get back in the win column, winning a tight one against the Thundering Herd.
Yeah, it do feel good, but it don't feel good as it should because losing those 5 games, I mean, there's only one win. We got to win more.
And then a couple games over the weekend. Talk about how the momentum from this game will carry out to play against Eastern.
It's going to pick us up because, you know, those losing games, it was bringing us down, but this win is definitely going to bring us up, and we should do better.
And then last question for you, Zion. The dunk in the first quarter, just couldn't really slam it home. Got a little overeager, a little excited at the beginning of that game. Talk about what was going through your head on that fast break.
I was going to lay the ball up, but Julian, he told me to dunk it, and my legs was real dead, so I just got short.
Thanks for coming on with us, Zion. Great game today. Now going to be joined by junior guard Jason Camardo. Jason, great game today. Not only did you do a great job from beyond the arc, you had a couple pretty passes. Talk about your ability to not only play make, but create your own shot.
I work on it in practice, you know. I shoot every day at practice like everyone. Work on my shot, work on my 3 points. It's all about confidence, really. If you play confident, you're going to play well.
And you're mainly the floor general for this Sterling team. Talk about what it's like going out and trying to run and execute a couple plays from Coach Behringer.
I mean, you got to go out there. You got to listen to what he says. If you do what he says, it's going to work. You just got to be patient. You got to play smart, and you got to do what he says to do.
And missed a couple free throws at the line, but were able to make a couple when it mattered most late in that fourth quarter. Talk about having a bit of a clutch gene towards the end of this game.
Like every person will say, you gotta breathe. You gotta focus, get everyone out of the background and just do what you do. Make the free throws like you do in practice and on all the regular stuff. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Great game today. Now we're going to look around. Guess we'll be joined by Travis Schmid. Travis, a great game for you today. Didn't really do much in the scoring column, but you had a couple pretty assists. Talk about what it meant to try and put the ball on the floor and find the open teammate.
This interview was last minute, but it was great. You know, I don't always have to score to make an impact, so I try to find the open guys. I saw Walt transition a lot, driving, you know. Josh, all my guys had great positions tonight, so I made an impact in some way tonight. We won, so that's great.
And you guys obviously talk about winning a close one. The last 4 games, you had lost by an average of about 6 points. Talk about what it means to hold on and finally win the close one.
We'd always been playing so tough in these games and just like down the end, you know, we just couldn't pull through. And you knew inside that we can win games. We're a great team. We're talented in and out the bench. And it feels good. It's rewarding because we didn't carry like a losing mentality. Every game we continue to show up and compete. Whether we lost by 20, whether we lost by a point, every day we showed up to practice ready to work, and we showed up the games ready to work, and tonight's rewarding.
And a game Saturday against Eastern, obviously weather pending. Talk about what the mindset is going in against the Vikings.
Eastern's a great team. I think they're like 3 or 4 in South Jersey, so that'd be that's a huge game for us. I mean, we've been struggling recently. You know, this is a big game. We just got to carry momentum, and hopefully we can do something against it. I mean, they're talented all over the place. Obviously, I think we have what it takes, just roster-wise, and just we're hungry. You know, we got to get right. So I think going down the stretch, we have a lot to prove to everybody.
Well, thanks for coming on with us. Even though it was last minute, appreciate it. Travis, great game today. Now we're going to be looking for Coach Behringer. Coach Behringer, a great team win. Lost 5 straight, but now back in the win column. Talk about what it means to finally hold on and win the close one.
Well, it means a lot because, you know, we said that it's got to be a mentality that we're not going to hold on to, and they showed, you know, some resolve. They showed going through some tough times and continue to plug away. We've been on the other end of that way too many times this year. But what that does is builds character in the kids, so it means a lot to it speaks to their character, it speaks to their way they compete, and they're starting to figure it out, I think.
And tremendous ball movement, a ton of assists. Talk about making the extra pass, and the guys were really playing unselfish tonight.
Man, it was great to just see, you know, we talked, that's how we're going to beat them. It was great to see them execute the game plan. You saw my notes. It was their security and the simplicity, right? Have faith in the fundamentals. That's what we were telling them, and they did it, and it took the thinking out of it. But, you know, credit to Woodbury. I told, you know, Mark's a great coach. He gets the best out of them. You know he's great to be back on the sideline with Woodbury. And credit to their leadership, man. You know, number 4 and number 1, I've seen plenty of games, and they are tremendous leaders. When they never give up on their team, they always have great positive attitude and morale, and it speaks a lot of character to who they are and what their teams does. So a lot of props to Woodbury. And it's not because of my alma mater, but it's because I think they're great young men.
And then talk a little bit about how Jason Camardo, a guy who doesn't usually make much of an impact scoring, was a great offensive asset tonight, not only in the scoring column, but had a couple pretty assists.
Well, Jason and I have talked, and I told Jason before the game, I said, you know, it's time for you to start making plays. He's a playmaker. You watch him in soccer, he's a playmaker. So I had to encourage him more to say, hey, start making plays, right? Start feeling comfortable. The honeymoon stage is over, and he's up to the task because he's a player. He's a baller.
And then a tough matchup against the Eastern Vikings. Talk a bit about what that's going to mean, obviously weather depending, on Saturday.
Yeah. I mean, Kevin, Mr. 300, he's got 300 wins. It speaks, you know, he speaks volumes to him. He always has them playing hard. He has them playing fast. And, you know, if we can just slow down and bring the game to where we need it to be, I think we'll do all right. But if we try to play that fast pace with them, I think it could be a long day for us. So we're going to stick to the game plan and see what happens.
Thanks, Coach Behringer. Congrats on the win. Now going to send it back over to Dan.
Can I say this? The best in the business. I'm going to shout out for what you guys did for Martin Luther King Day. I heard nothing but positive things. So publicly, I want to thank you guys for the job you did, man. You guys made the event such a great thing. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. We were blessed to be able to do that on Martin Luther King Day. Now back to Dan over in the booth to close us out. Dan?
And our next TV game will be Monday, January 22nd against girls basketball, girls basketball, 5:30, Sterling versus Glassboro. You can see that live on Channel 19 or youtube.com/Sterling Channel 19. And that'll do it for this broadcast here. Sterling snaps their thundering five-game losing streak today against the Woodbury Thundering Herd. And guess what, everyone? All the students at home watching this game, we have no school tomorrow. That's right, no school tomorrow, so you guys can stay home, get some extra sleep, eat some breakfast, play some video games, and have a nice day. And that'll do it for Sterling Channel 19. Everyone have an amazing day. And as always, go Knights!